Biden is, when it comes to this issue, Biden is just as bad as Hillary and Obama. And if you look at Biden's advisors, whether it's Secretary of State Anthony Blinken or Jake Sullivan, the National Security Advisor, or Kirk Campbell, his main advisor on Asia, these were the brains behind the Asia Pivot. Campbell was the driving force behind the Asia Pivot, and now he's still making policy. These people are effectively creating a new Cold War between the United States and China. So they want a confrontation. And they're building up the confrontation right now around Taiwan. This is very, very, very dangerous policy. Probably more dangerous than the crisis in Ukraine right now, because the Chinese have made clear they're not going to back down. And they consider the one China policy, and the US has been moving away from the one China policy. Biden invited the Taiwanese envoy to his inauguration. That had never been done before. And the US arms sales to Taiwan have given the government of Taiwan a feeling that it can get away with being more aggressive and moving more in the direction of independence. Well, Xi Jinping is not going to accept that. So the US is running freedom of navigation operations through the Strait of Taiwan at the same time as the Chinese government is penetrating Taiwan's air zone, and I think 380 times the Chinese penetrated the air zone in 2020. They've also been using the biggest military operations that have ever done in that area, and and very, very dangerous, almost like a game of chicken, almost like reckless behavior, because if there's a confrontation, it could lead to war. And the United States, the Pentagon, has run 18 war games in the United States confronting China militarily, and the United States and Taiwan fighting against China in the Battle of Taiwan. And the Chinese have won all 18 war games that the Pentagon has done. So right now, China has been building up its military forces, especially its naval forces. And China has been wanting to be in a position where if there is war between the United States and China over Taiwan, that China would prevail. And American military leaders know that if that war occurred now, the likelihood is that China would be able to prevail short of nuclear war. So this has created a very, very dangerous situation that could explode at any point. And then the question is, what happens if China does prevail? If the fighting starts, the people in Okinawa are going to be in deep trouble, because one of the first things the Chinese are going to do is use their missiles to knock out not only American communications, but America's bases. And so the people at Okinawa are going to be sitting ducks as the Chinese bomb America's bases in Okinawa. The other possibility is that this devolves into a nuclear war. This is a real possibility. Admiral Charles Russell, the head of U.S. Strategic Command, has said recently that the risk of nuclear war in the next few years is greater than ever. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that's terrifying. So not only are the people in Okinawa possibly going to be slaughtered, but maybe everybody on the planet will be slaughtered. So these kinds of policies cannot be allowed to continue. And the fact that the people in Okinawa are resisting this, and resisting it so forcefully that they represent the conscience to the world of the resistance to empire, resistance to colonies, resistance to bases, resistance to this kind of anti-democratic, effectively militarist policy is setting a great example that's an inspiration to anti-base forces all over the planet, which is why we are rooting so strongly for the people of Okinawa who are fighting the fight that all of us, it's in all of our interests, and we're all rooting for you.
Mm.